Look, man, there's really no easy way for me to tell you this, but the way you practice, it's pretty bad. But it's okay because I can show you how to get better. All you need is the EPF, otherwise known as the Efficient Practice Formula. Let me break it down for you. So this is what the EPF looks like, right? Efficient practice being the result that we want. We can only get there by way of these three variables. The first one is your time practiced. This one's really simple. All it does is represent whether you practice for an hour, 2 hours, 30 minutes, 15 minutes. It's simply just the time practiced. Next, we take a look at our consistency, right? This simply just means how often you practice. Are you practicing on Monday and then you kind of get lazy or you have other stuff to do and then you don't really practice for another 4 days later, right? If that's the case, then your consistency is going to be pretty low, right? Or if you're somebody that practices every day for a certain period of time and you've been consistent for, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, right? Then your consistency variable is going to be high. The last variable is your focus quality. And the reason this one is so important is because it exponentially increases the results of the entire equation. Focus quality simply represents how focused you were during your practice. So were you constantly getting distracted by your phone? Did the practice session have a clear goal in mind? Were you just, sitting there practicing random hard snare breaks for hours and hours, right? Depending on what you're doing, that's gonna affect your focus quality. Now we take a look at a few examples, and I want to preface this by saying obviously you can't practice 800 hours in a week, right? And obviously there's no specific numerical value that we can put on our consistency or our focus or how efficient our practice was. So the purpose of these examples is just to show you what happens when one variable is higher and one variable is lower. So let's use person A and person B as an example. Person A says, I practiced for so many hours in a week and I was so consistent. But in reality, they didn't set any clear goals. They were getting distracted. They were just practicing a bunch of random hard snare breaks, right? Their focus quality was extremely low, right? This is gonna end up with 3.8 efficient practice units, right? Then we look at person B who says, all right, I only practiced for 7 hours. I was still pretty consistent, right? But the main difference is that my focus quality is so much higher, right? This person set clear goals. They were working on specific skill sets, right? They weren't getting distracted. And you can see that they've essentially 10x'd their efficient practice units. Hopefully this helps you realize that it doesn't actually matter if you're sitting here practicing for hours on end, right? What actually matters is that you're consistent and that you're staying focused during your practice time, right? If you do these two things, then you're gonna see way better results and you're actually gonna see these results way faster.